Thanks for tuning in, ladies and mostly gentlemen. We're gonna have another day of my favorite thing, fabricating parts. So in the last episode, I made a fork bumper for the Sur Ron B because the new forks that I put on didn't come with a fork bumper. And I said to myself, well, yeah, I can probably just buy one online, but I'll just make one. How about that? Well, I actually looked online this morning and I couldn't find anything that I could buy. So it's probably a good thing that I tried to manufacture one. And I do mean tried to manufacture one. I printed one on my printer that I have at the shop, which is a Monoprice Mini Select, and I didn't really have the settings correctly. And instead of spending the time to get the settings right on that little printer, I actually cheated and went home and printed another one on my computer at home, or I'm sorry, on my printer at home, which is a Monoprice Maker Select, just the full size of the very same thing. However, there are some important differences in the motion controller board and how they interpret a part. So the settings on the slicer software are going to be different. To give you a little example of this, I had 40% overlap on the part at home and it printed just fine, but I had 55% overlap between the middle and the outside structure on this part, and obviously it didn't adhere together. So that really tells you the difference between machines and how vast that can be when you are 3D printing a part. So let's get right down to the part. So as you may recall from the last video, I determined that the inside diameter of this part was right, but it pulled apart on me. So pretty much a useless part. I'm not really one to be a sourpuss about wasted efforts, but bah. So since I was having to reprint it, I went ahead and made the part just a little bit better shaped, a little bit better looking, and also less material to print, a little faster to print. But most of all, I just wanted it to look good if I'm going to spend the time on it. And after learning this morning that I couldn't just buy one of these anyway, you know, I might as well just do it right? A little sexier shape, put some curves on there. Oh yeah. So this is our new shape part. It fits just like the old one because we already determined that the sizes were correct, and we're pretty much off to the races. So it is time to install. So at this point, we're at nothing to it but to do it. And by doing it, I mean installing our fork bumpers. So first thing we got to do is just take off our handlebars, take off our upper crown, and get to those sweet stanchion tubes. And wouldn't you know it, my headset's already loose, so I guess we're going to do a video on tightening the headset. There we are. I don't know, the one thing I'm missing today is a torque wrench. Although honestly, that's probably a lie, because I don't have one. So technically I'm not missing it. I just never had one to begin with. But I should have one, so I'm missing a torque wrench. All right, so we just essentially slide these over. The stanchion tubes were 23 millimeter, and I made these 22 millimeter if I remember correctly. So there'd be a little bit of a press fit and they wouldn't want to slide up and down. I've actually had fork bumpers from the manufacturer that slid up and down, and that's kind of annoying. So let's see if I can do it. There's not a whole lot of room to grip. There we go. Good thing these are slick titanium nitride coated stanchion tubes. And honestly, I made these so thin, I don't have much room to get pressure on them. So I might just cheat a little bit. We'll just use this to push down. Look at there. Work hard, not smart. No, wait, that's not how it goes. Hey, and look at there, it contacts the frame. And same for the other one. All right, so I may have made the press fit a little too tight, but it's too late now, no going back. And we'll just try to get those nice and even. Does that look even to y'all? Sure it does. There. We are almost done. So at this point, we just reinstall everything and go for a ride. I'm just gonna cheat and use this star nut, cinch everything down. All right, so we got the fork bumpers installed and they work. And I tell you what, there's not a whole lot that's more satisfying than manufacturing a part I guess going from design to manufacture on a part and then getting it installed and it actually works. And you know, it's probably a little bit more satisfying after you make one that doesn't work. So there's that. Now, this is probably one of my favorite things to do in life, is to design something, to make it, and then to put it into action. So you get to see a little bit of what I do pretty much every day of my life. This is kind of a low-level thing, with 3D printing being the manufacturing. It's kind of easy, honestly, but everybody has to start somewhere. And today I started with a 3D printed rubber fork bumper. So I hope you like it. If you got any questions about the process or anything like that, just give me a holler in the comments. Hit subscribe if you like it and you want to see more. Until the next time, have a good one.